you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
Nigga, you can take the but he wants you.
They mocked Orlando Brown, calling him crazy and dismissed his claims. But now, after a shocking ruling from a federal judge, the truth about the hidden world of Hollywood's elite, Diddy, Jay-Z, and the alleged underground parties, is beginning to surface. For years, rumors about the darker side of the music industry have circulated, involving stories of power, corruption, and silence. But when a federal judge denied Diddy's request for an evidentiary hearing regarding leaked footage of an alleged assault, it wasn't just a legal setback, it signaled that something much deeper was at play. With lawsuits piling up and jaw-dropping testimonies coming to light, the pressure is mounting on some of the most powerful figures in entertainment. Diddy is now facing federal charges for racketeering and assault, and Jay-Z's name is being dragged into the courtroom. Perhaps the most unexpected voice in all of this is Orlando Brown, the former Disney star turned Hollywood outcast, who's been speaking out for years. What he's been saying now seems harder to ignore. So what's really going on behind the scenes? Who's pulling the strings, and why did a judge make a decision that could unravel everything? On December 16, Judge Ain Subin made it clear that Diddy's claims about the government leaking damning hotel footage to CNN were unfounded. The footage allegedly shows Diddy assaulting Cassie Ventura, grabbing her by the neck, throwing her down, and kicking her. That graphic image is now at the center of his downfall. But here's where it gets complicated. Diddy's legal team insists this is all part of a coordinated effort to take him down, an operation orchestrated by Homeland Security to smear him before he even steps into the courtroom. The feds deny this, claiming they didn't even have the video when CNN aired it. If the government didn't leak the footage, then why is Diddy's empire falling apart? The mogul, once untouchable, now sits in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, awaiting trial on federal charges. But that's not where his legal troubles end. A woman from Alabama has accused Diddy and Jay-Z of raping her when she was just 13. A U.S. district judge ruled that she can proceed with her lawsuit anonymously, despite Jay-Z's legal team fighting hard to force her to reveal her identity. The judge called out Jay-Z's lawyers for using inflammatory language and wasting judicial resources. But let's take a step back. This is more than just lawsuits and courtroom tactics. It's about the secret world of elite Hollywood parties, the underground gatherings, and the whispered names, like Orlando Brown's. For years, he's been dismissed as unstable, erratic, even delusional. But what happens when the so-called crazy person turns out to have been telling the truth all along? Brown has spoken repeatedly about Hollywood's hidden side, rituals, initiations, power players, and he's never been shy about calling out Diddy. In one interview, he said, "If there's new booty in the building, you know Diddy's gonna get it. He wants you." At the time, people laughed. But now, after the 14-page indictment against Diddy was unsealed, people are starting to ask, did Orlando Brown know something we didn't? It's not just Brown, either. The lawsuit against Diddy and Jay-Z claims their parties, held in New York, California, and Florida, were filled with drugs, laced drinks, and exploitation, a web of power and control where victims were lured in, silenced, and discarded. Diddy and Jay-Z are not only two of the biggest names in hip-hop, but they're also two of the most protected figures in the industry. But protection only lasts as long as the public is willing to look the other way. Lately, that's been getting harder to do. Diddy's legal team says it's all a smear campaign, but let's flip that around for a second. What if the leaks weren't about justice at all? What if they were about control? Think about it, the footage of Diddy allegedly assaulting Cassie didn't come out in real time, it surfaced 5 months before he was arrested. Who had it? Who decided when to release it? And more importantly, why? Now, a judge's ruling may have shut down Diddy's claims of a government smear campaign, but it did something even more significant. It forced us to ask deeper questions. Who's really in control? Who decides when the next downfall begins? And if Diddy's empire is crumbling now, who's next? One thing is certain, this story isn't over. If you want to keep up with this unfolding drama, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We'll be digging deeper into the secrets the industry doesn't want you to know. Because trust us, this is just the beginning.